Back in June, Wizards of the Coast, the publishers for Dungeons and Dragons, released the following statement regarding removing racial stereotypes in D&D. In their blog post, which I'll link down below, they mentioned that there will be a product that will customize their character's origin, including the option to change the ability score increases that comes from being an elf, a dwarf, or one of D&D's many other playable folk. This option emphasizes that each person in the game is an individual with capabilities all their own. So, let's talk about this. Hello everyone and welcome to the Tales of Octavia YouTube channel. My name is Francis. I'm a Dungeon Master, YouTuber, and Twitch streamer. I stream every Sunday, Wednesday, Friday on Twitch. I'll leave a link for that in the description below. But today we're going to be talking about the possibilities of background bonuses and what this means for racial benefits. I know this is the result of a growing conflict within the world and a country as someone who lives in the US, but I genuinely believe that from a game mechanics standpoint, removing racial benefits and putting it into background bonuses actually makes the game a lot more enjoyable. As someone who plays with 2 to 3 min-maxers, usually, they will usually drift from one race to another, not because of the story or because of how they fit in your world, but because of the benefits. So what I wanted to do is explore these possibilities. So no longer are the days where you get a feat at level 1 just because you're a human, or you have the savage critical hit as a half-orc, or even a halfling's luck. So, let's jump into it, shall we? So, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 backgrounds and what kind of benefits would they yield. I'm putting this whole document, including a few other backgrounds, because I went a little bit overboard, in the description below. So if you want to follow along or you want to see the document and have a copy to use in your own campaign, that is entirely up to you. So first things first, we have the Outlander. And as an Outlander in Vanilla 5e, you're given athletics and survival and additional language. As an Outlander, I believe you should be a barbarian or a fighter or someone who's managed to live on their own and not really depend on everyone else. So because of that, you have bonuses in strength and constitution, along with proficiency in a skill of your choice, and dark vision and resistance to poison. And you would also have a negative in charisma. And Outlander is the class that has the most benefits out of any of the other classes that I wrote in this document. So take that with a grain of salt. I do believe that there should be some nerfs to it somehow, but this is all just for fun here. So for Outlander, you have hunters and you have farmers. And for hunters, you'd be able to speak with small beasts. This is very similar to the gnome background where you can communicate simple ideas. Maybe you're a Beastmaster Ranger and you have a companion. This would definitely work in that favor. Also, you would have a bonus in movement speed. Meanwhile, with your farmer, you can communicate with plants. You don't like people, but you like plants. Plants are your friends. And because of your skills in farming, you basically bestow disadvantage on the next creature that triggers your trap. And that is pretty much the Outlander background. For Acolyte, in Vanilla 5e, you get 2 additional languages, proficiency in insight and religion, and because you are a scholar in training, you have bonuses in intelligence, wisdom, arcana, and proficiency in a tool or an instrument. For sub-backgrounds, I try to focus on the difference between priests and wizards, because they are 2 different roads for acolytes. And so for priest, I gave them advantage on religion checks for specific deities, and also advantage on saving throws against a being possessed. And I like to think that priests have a little bit of a more difficult time when it comes to being possessed. And click that link for a good time, especially if you're an anime watcher. And for wizards in training, you have advantage on arcana checks based on your magic, or based on related magical items in schools. And what I think will be the kicker for wizards is until level 5, if the damage against you does more than half of your total HP, you may reroll the damage and take the lesser. And this is for the times when... This is for the wizards who are really afraid of being one-shot. From my experience with playing with players who are spellcasters, that is probably the biggest thing and gives them a little bit more agency compared to their more beefy members. For our third background, let's talk about nobles, because you get proficiency in history, persuasion, and a gaming set, plus a language. You should be charismatic. I think that noblemen like to play the game of politics, and as a result, they are either inheritors or branch family members, and this is sort of the Hugo way. So, inheritors, they are the offspring of already established noblemen. They were trained to fight with long swords and rapiers, and they're intelligent. They know how to handle their people. Meanwhile, branch family members, they are supports. They know how to read situations, and they're more wise to see what other people would do. Next, we have folk heroes. So, I think this is the fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and this is the last one we'll talk about. Folk hero. Folk heroes are proficient in animal handling and survival, also with artisan tools. As a hero, they should know what it feels like to be scared out of their wits, so they should have advantage on saving throws against being frightened. This is similar to Fey Ancestry. They have bonuses in charisma and strength, and if you go the gladiator route, I believe this should be strength and not charisma. So if you're a gladiator, you're stronger. As a forgotten hero, you have advantage on stealth or deception. You're a no-name. You prefer people not knowing who you are and what, and staying hidden from the global population. So that's that one. And that's pretty much it. The other classes that we did here is Urchin, Charlatan, and Sailor. I genuinely believe if you're interested in, check out the document, and it's all there completely at your leisure. So I don't know, maybe in the future I'll expand on this and make it a better thing, but that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this video with backgrounds and exploring what other bonuses they would have to their overall stats, and I hope you found value in this. I hope I didn't just blabber and rush through all of this, but if you think if you enjoyed this and you want me to do a follow-up, leave me a like in the description down below, and maybe I'll cover some of the other backgrounds. And as always, I'm streaming. If you have a question about anything, I stream Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. Sunday is my D&D game, our weekly D&D game, and Wednesday and Friday is we hang out and just chatting, and then we play some games and maybe paint a few minis. So, as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. As this brain-like creature emerges from the box, it's time to roll initiative.
What the fuck? I think I know what this is.